Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you all my sewing plans for February. I've been feeling a little bit run down this past week, so I've got my glasses on today. If you saw in my outfit of the week video this week, you'll have seen how I managed to style an outfit around it in some spring metallics, because I'm still holding on to the fact that spring is on the horizon, even though the weather has turned to be bitterly cold this weekend, and we had a bit of a sleety shower yesterday, which was awful because it's the kind of precipitation I love that word, that you cannot escape, whereas with rain at least you can put an umbrella up, but when it comes to the sleety snow mess, there's just no escaping it because the wind's got it blowing everywhere. So my February plans are related to this changeable weather that we've been experiencing the whole of January and the beginning of February that we're in now, because I have realised that I do not have as many winter appropriate trousers as I initially thought. A lot of the jeans that I bought last year have now fallen apart, and I've had to give up and surrender to the fact that they are beyond repair and so need to go in the bin. So I need to definitely start making some replacement jeans ASAP, and then also I need to just make some more smarter trousers that are easy to wear for when I just don't fancy wearing jeans, because I'm not traditionally a jeans everyday person, but that might change when I start making my own jeans because they'll actually fit and I can do them to my desired design. But I do quite like a good pair of trousers. The trousers that I made last year are all in the same block because I found a trouser block that I actually liked and could amend to fit my person, and then from there I just made it in different fabrics. But I started making trousers in the spring, so all my trousers are very spring appropriate, so suitable to be worn with sandals as opposed to trainers or smart shoes, which means I have no trousers to wear for right now when it is freezing cold, and I want to be wearing suitable shoes to keep my feet warm but also to prevent me from slipping over on the ice. So, going into my actual plans, now that I've given you that big long blurb, the first thing on my list, contrary to what I've just said, is a pattern hack that I'm doing for a jumpsuit. I just have this fabric that I've had for ages. It's a printed chiffon, it's absolutely beautiful, and every time I look at it I'm just like, I want to make something really flowing and nice in it. So the patterns that I'm using to do the hack is first this new look pattern, which is number 6912, so 6912. And I'm just taking the top half of this pattern and putting it onto these trousers from Vogue, which is pattern 8955. And I've wanted to make a pair of wide leg chiffon trousers for ages, and I thought, why not partner it with a lovely top to make a nice flowing sort of goddess type jumpsuit for the spring summertime. And this is the fabric I'm going to be doing it in. This is just part of the sleeve, so I'm going to make an additional hack on the sleeve as well, because it's a sleeve from the pattern, but then I want to add a bit more of a waterfall in the sleeve, so it's very dramatic. So I'm quite excited to show you that. I've been working on it for a while because I've made a couple of mistakes in it already, which is to be expected when you're trying to merge two patterns together that wouldn't necessarily fit that nice, but it's fine. They're totally resolvable. So once they are all done and it's all dusted, I'm very looking forward to showing you guys that. So that's the first thing on my list. My next couple of projects that I've got planned for February are using this cotton poplin fabric from Minerva Craft, and I used the red cotton poplin, the exact same, from Minerva Craft on my hashtag Little Red Dress Project dress, which I'll link in if you guys haven't seen that already. So I absolutely loved the fabric when I got it from them. It was my first online fabric shopping experience, and the quality of it was really great and I absolutely loved it. So I went back and got some more in white. So I'm going to be making some white shirts this month using this fabric. I haven't got all the patterns yet because I'm thinking I'm going to do a self-drafted pattern, or maybe sort of take pieces of different shirt patterns that I have together and sort of amalgamate it into doing different styles. But that's my plan for this, is to make some shirts. But then also I'm going to do a pattern hack on the Primo cold shoulder pattern that I did the pink top in and the black dress for the 10 dress projects that I did at the end of last year. I'm going to do a pattern hack on that to turn it into a cold shoulder shirt dress, so it's going to be more of an A-line swing shape, kind of. I'm still not 100% decided on the shape of it, but it's definitely going to be a shirt a shirt dress with a nice little collar. I've got an embellished collar trim that I'm thinking of using, which I think will look really quite nice. It's like cream and it's got loads of big embellishments on it, like roses and like little pendants and all sorts of things like that. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that one as well. But I do want it to be more flowing. I don't want it to be a straight down dress. I do want it to have a bit of a skirt on it. So I'm just not too sure whether I want it to be like an A-line skirt or if I want it to be more like a fit and flare type skirt. So I'll have a little think of that and draft a few things up and then hopefully get set and into that one very, very soon. This is the Prima pattern that I was talking about, in case you guys haven't seen the other videos that I will link in which it features, and this is their December one from 2016. So to go with the white shirts that I'm making, I'm planning on making a pair of jeans and a couple pairs of trousers. So I'm going to be bringing back this Mimi G jeans. That is quite a tongue twister, I must say, and it's 8222, which I'm sure many of you either have or have seen floating around, because I know there's been a few people that have done versions of. My concern is that the fabric that I have may not be quite stretchy enough, but I'm going to give it a go and see what happens, and then hopefully I've got enough fabric to make a pair of trousers out of this as well, which I'm not 100% set on what that's going to look like. I'm thinking I might try and do sort of like a smarter harem style pair of trousers in this, because I feel like that might look quite nice, sort of give it a bit of a sports luxe type feel, because I know that is a trend that is coming up for the spring season. And then that's to sit with one of the white shirts that I then decide to make in the cotton poplin. And then I've got this grey gabardine fabric that I got from Fabric World. So this is my first time shopping with Fabric World, and the quality of the fabric is really, really nice. The colour isn't quite as light as I thought it was going to be, but I'm not too sure whether or not that's just because I'd convinced myself that it looked like a different colour to what it is when it's come. But the quality is really nice, so I won't mark them down just because the colour is slightly off. But for this I'm just going to make a pair of trousers. I'm not 100% set on the type of trousers that I'm going to make for these. My aim, I think, what I'm really hoping to make with these is sort of a smart pair of trousers that have like a paper bag type top. So it's like got lots of pleating around the waistline and then maybe like a little bit of a tie belt, and then to sit with a white shirt again that I'm going to make in the cotton poplin. So I think that's what I'm going to make in these gabardine trousers. But the pattern is not set. I may have to do a bit of a pattern hack on one of the patterns that I already have to save time, rather than try and hunt down a pattern. Unless any of you guys know a pattern that sort of has that sort of paper bag type style on it. So if you guys know any pattern that has that style, let me know in the comments below and I'll go check it out. But otherwise I think I might just have to do a bit of a pattern hack on one of the patterns that I have already bought. The penultimate plan that I have for February is to use this gabardine gabardino trousers, so not gabardine, gabardino trousers, so it's a bit of a mix. Again from Fabric World in my first experience, and again the quality is there. It feels like a very, very good durable fabric, like it's supposed to, but the colour is not quite as dark as I was hoping for. But again, that could just be that I convinced myself of the shade different on my laptop than what it actually was in real life, as opposed to them misrepresenting the colour. So again, won't mark them down for colour this time, you know, it's the first time I've ever used them. So my plan is to make this McCall's jacket. It's 7332. So this is the jacket that I wore in my outfit of the week video. Not this week, just gone, the week before, so the 3rd of Feb. It's in that blue scuba that I said that I feel like it's either stretched out too much or I've lost a bit too much weight, but I think it's more the stretching out part because it was quite a stretchy fabric. So I'm going to make it in the gabardino fabric and I'm going to do view D, but I might not do the contrast on the bottom of the jacket. I might just keep it to the sleeve, but I need to decide on what contrast fabric I'm going to use, because I was originally going to use like a gold jacquard type fabric, but that's when I thought the khaki was going to be darker wet than what it is. So I might have a look and see, do a little test if they actually do still look good together, and if not, I'll have to have a look in my stash and see what other options I have to do a contrast. So I'm going to make that jacket, but I'm going to slim it down, make it a bit more fitted, because it is actually a bit boxy. I'm not sure if it will come into focus on the camera, but the shape of it is a bit boxy and it doesn't have a nipped in waist quite so much, so I'm gonna amend the pattern to have that, so when I make it it's a bit more fitted around the waist, and then again a bit slimmer through the body, so it's not too loose but still has that chuck on feel. And then I'm going to make a pattern amendment to these straight leg patterns on this Vogue pattern, which is 8865, but I want the front to sort of overlap onto, like the right side to overlap onto the left side, so it has sort of a bit of a pleat effect, so it's a bit more of an interest on the front of the trousers as opposed to it being just like a straight pair of trousers, and see how that works out in those. And then if it works out well, then hopefully I'll make some more. I probably am going to make a straight pair of those trousers because I feel like they're probably a good pattern to use for PU or leather trousers, so any sort of trousers that are like really close fitted. And actually I used to have a pair of jeans that had a similar front to that, but they had a zip detail on the side, and they had PU panels down the front and then down the side, PU panels down the side, and then it was just jean fabric down the front and then down the back. So I might use that pattern to sort of recreate those trousers. I won't do it this month, even though in my mind I'm like, have I got anything I could do that with this month? I'm probably not going to do it this month, but I'm going to keep it as a note that I have something that I can do in maybe in March or in April, so we'll have a think about that one when that comes up. And the final plan for February is to make this wrap coat, which again is another Prima pattern. This is their February 2015 pattern. And I'm going to make a pattern amendment to this, so I'm going to make the lapels wider so it's got a bit more of a dramatic wraparound. And I'm going to make it in this lovely digital floral print fabric, which I got as a gift, so I don't actually know where it's from and if you can get any more of it, but I'm looking forward to making it in this. I've been saying for a while that I need a new coat. I made one coat last year which I really love. It's like a burgundy type colour, which sort of is very similar to my glasses, which I love, but I do need a new coat to wear just in life because I'm wearing the same parka every single day because it's super warm. So I want to make another option so at least I can mix it around, and I think this will be a really nice coat to wear through into spring as well, then even in summer as well, because there are still some days in England when the summer is not quite the summer you expect and you do need to wear a coat. So they are my sewing plans for February. I learnt a big lesson from November last year when I thought I'd be able to get all 10 dresses done, plus a pair of jeans and some Etsy listings and some other random things that I wanted to be doing done, and I did not manage to get 10 dresses done or any Etsy listings or any jeans. So I learned a big lesson that it's much better to make your sewing plans as realistic as possible. What I'm going to try and do is set myself 5 things to do each month, so always making sure that they're tying back to my #Make9 or my 2017 sewing goals, which I think I have managed to cover off this month. So I've got jeans in there, trousers, shirts and a coat, and a blazer as well, well, a sort of blazer. And as well I'm looking to do some pattern amendments and some pattern hacks, which are steps closer to refining my skills of pattern making. So I think a big tick on this month that I have covered off #Make9 and sewing goals. So hopefully this will be a really good month and it'll give me lots of things to learn that I can then take into March. Thank you guys for watching. If anyone knows of any paper bag waist trousers, that patterns that are out there that aren't maybe done by the big four, maybe an indie pattern or maybe one that you've done yourself or one that you've seen somewhere, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll go over and check it out and see if it's something that I'm also interested in, so that I can see whether or not to do that one before making a hack on a pattern that I have. But also leave me any comments if any of my plans are related to ones that you want to do as well, or if there's anything, any stage of it that you'd like to see. Maybe you'd want to see how I amend the pattern on the trousers to make them into what I want. I'm more than willing to share that with you as well. I am hoping to put as much of my makes onto my blog this month as well, and start doing that going forward, and do the behind the scenes sort of workings on my blog so that you can see how that all worked for each one. So I'm going to try that for this month, and if that's successful, then hopefully some of that information I can then translate into videos maybe for the next month, and then going through to the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like this video, leave me any comments below, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!